It gives me great pleasure to invite to the podium my professor, my guiding mentor, my friend, and my dean, the Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences, Dr. Iman Nuwayhid.
We will not compromise on academic excellence, but our agenda also carries an activist agenda. Our agenda is also an agenda of intervention and of comments and of change. That's an engagement that takes academia one step further. It's not about responding to issues only. It's about actually preparing ourselves. It's about being activists. It's about being proactive. It's about defining what can we do, not in response, in anticipation. Sort of a reminder for us in our different disciplines that at the core of everything that we're doing, there is a human being, there's a person, there's a life that we're concerned about. I think talking to the students, all of you who chose one major or the other, and especially for the graduate students, and some of our dear students coming from all over the world, from Africa, from Afghanistan, from Pakistan, from other Arab countries coming and joining us, they've made a decision to leave their families behind, to leave their countries behind and come and pursue a dream. They have chosen a path. That path has changed them, and as they move back and go and pursue their own careers and their lives, that thing will change them again. So it's actually a continuous process. This will never end. This is our common history and actually experience as human beings with dreams, ambitions, and hopes. Our chosen paths and how surrounding changes impact us are driven mostly by those dreams, and your ambitions and your hopes. What you set as your ambitions and hopes will actually set your path. I'd like to ask all FHS colleagues, faculty and staff to please stand to be recognized by your students, graduates, friends, and colleagues. Just a wonderful team, and I feel I'm the luckiest dean ever to work with colleagues of that quality and commitment. Those who know me well, I'm generally optimistic. However, I admit that it's really hard to be optimistic these days. How can one be optimistic when our region hosts 50% of all the world's refugees and displaced populations? How can one be optimistic when almost all countries of the Arab region are suffering from occupation or living in a state of war, of conflict, or passing through political turmoil or economic challenges? How can one be optimistic when the state of the environment in Lebanon is in such a bad shape? How can one be optimistic when the gap between the rich and the poor is widening at the national, regional, and global levels? This is the hard reality. It is tough and challenging out there. Yet, what options do we have? There is only one, and that is to be optimistic. But this is not naive optimism, hoping that things will get better, change on its own. No, I'm talking about self-made optimism. Optimism that is reflected in self-confidence. Optimism that stands on a clear agenda of activism and advocacy. And a deep conviction that we, every single one of us, have a say. And also an unshaken trust in ourselves and our communities that we can change things. Yes, you can change things individually and collectively. My message to you today is an honest one. Things are not perfect out there, but that's exactly why you are part of FHS. You are very well prepared, both graduates and undergraduates. You are ready. Simply plunge in and remember we are all in this together. It is a collective responsibility, and change requires collective action. But it also starts and builds on individual initiatives. So be one of those. Take initiatives and be an element of change.